we shall start the transportation in human being. Transportation means to carry the material from one place to another. So let's start transportation of materials. In the human beings, many things are transported, like oxygen, CO2, and they all are conducted by the blood. So blood is the medium for the transportation of O2, CO2, digested food, wastage materials, etc. almost like in the body. So blood is the medium for the transportation of anything in the body. Next one, the system of blood transportation is also known as blood circulatory system. So the blood circulatory system is the system in which the materials is transported from one place to other by means of blood. And you should know that so blood is fluid connective tissue, and the blood circulation system contain blood circulatory system contains heart, arteries, veins, and capillaries. And also lungs for the purification of blood. Lungs is also part of the respiratory system, but here is also it is the purification. It is the purified system center of the blood. So blood circulatory system contains mainly heart, arteries, veins, and capillaries. We shall discuss on this. Heart is triangular shaped. Its size is like our fist. It is the pumping center. It is made of cardiac, muscular tissue. It is made of cardiac muscular tissue. Its face is like our fist, and it is a pumping center. It pumps the blood to the body. So it is situated in the, it is means heart is situated in the thoracic regions between the two lungs. It is in between the lungs is present on this side, and slightly to the left of sternum. So means it is mid side of the body, and it is found slightly to the left of the body. It is the shape of heart. Heart is covered by double membrane called pericardium. This is the heart, and this is covered by a membrane, and this is pericardium. This is called pericardium, and in between heart and the pericardium there is a fluid. This is the fluids. This is called, the fluid is called pericardial fluid. So it fluid, and so the double membrane called pericardium enclosing the pericardial fluid, which protects the heart from the external injury. Means it protects the heart from any type of external injury. So, now human heart is 4-chambered. Heart is four-chambered. Also, in the different chambers are found in the frog, that is in the amphibia. It is 3-chambered in the amphibia and birds. In the fish, two chambered like that, but we are in the human it is four chambered. Now they chambered this chambered this one. This is right side. So one is right atrium, second one is left atrium, third one is right ventricle, and fourth one is left ventricle. This is the right atrium, this is left atrium, this is right ventricle, this is left ventricle. Thus the four chambers are found in that. So human heart is what? Four chambered. Their names are right atrium, left atrium, right ventricle, and left ventricle. Actually these are two parts, one is atrium, next one is ventricle, but on the basis of their side they are divided into right and left, and in this way it becomes four chambered. Now next part of the blood circulatory system is arteries, which it is a vessel which carries the blood from the heart to the body. And one thing, all the arteries carries oxygenated blood except pulmonary artery, which carries deoxygenated blood from the heart to lungs. So one thing means all arteries contain oxygenated blood except pulmonary artery, which carries deoxygenated blood from the heart to lungs. So next one is veins, which carry the blood from the body part to the heart. Means all the veins carry deoxygenated blood from the body parts to the heart except pulmonary vein. This one is exception. It carries the oxygenated blood from the lungs to heart. So they both are exception. It is the exception of arteries and it is the exception of veins. Next one, capillaries. You know that this is the arteries and this is the veins. Here is a net-like structures. In this, oxygenated blood comes and here diffusion of gases takes place. Oxygen is come out from the blood and CO2 is entered in the blood, and that part is called capillaries. And from here the CO2 blood means deoxygenated blood goes to the heart, and from here oxygenated blood comes from the heart. So there is exchange of gases takes place, and so a net-like structure is found, that is called capillaries. So these are the structures which are related to the blood circulatory systems. It is net-like structures where diffusion takes place, means exchange of gases, means O2 oxygen to body parts and CO2 to the vessel. Means from the vessel oxygen will go to the body parts, and from the body parts CO2 goes to the vessels, means blood vessels. In the heart, valves are found. Valves are found to control the directional flow of blood. Flow of blood. It allows only unidirectional flow. It allows only unidirectional flow, means blood, this is, suppose this is the valve, the unidirectional flow is allowed, the reverse is not allowed. The reverse is not allowed, means valve only allow the blood flow from one side to other, and the opposite is not allowed. In the human heart, 4 types of valve is found. One is tricuspid valve, second one is pulmonary valve, third one is aortic valve, and fourth one is bicuspid valve. This bicuspid valve is also called mitral valve. So there are 4 types of valve. That here you see, this is tricuspid, this is pulmonary, this is aortic, this is just on the joining of atrium and ventricle, means one towards the right, 2 in the right side, and 2 in the right side, and 2 in the left side. Now we see that these are those vena cava, arterial vena cava and the posterior vena cava. That is, their veins. The deoxygenated blood comes to the right atrium. First, what? Deoxygenated blood comes to the right atrium. Understands? Now listen here. First, deoxygenated blood comes to the right atrium when the heart expands, relax. Understand? Then it goes to the right ventricle by means of tricuspid valve. By means of tricuspid valve, it goes to the right ventricles. Means in this way, we see that the right side is full of deoxygenated blood. Understands? So from posterior vena cava, it is from the upper side of the body and it is from the lower side of the body. So the blood from the body parts, from the lower parts and from the upper parts, comes to the right atrium by means of vena cava. That blood is deoxygenated, and from the right atrium it transferred to the right ventricles by means of tricuspid valve. Now we see that the right part of the heart is full of deoxygenated blood. Now one thing, at the same time, when the heart expands, the deoxygenated blood comes to the right part of the heart. In the same time, the oxygenated blood from the pulmonary veins comes to the left atrium. One thing means, when the blood expands, the deoxygenated blood comes to the right part, and oxygenated blood from the lungs comes to the left atrium. Understand? And now it transferred to the left ventricle by means of bicuspid valve. So in that way, one side is full with deoxygenated blood and one side is full with oxygenated blood. Now the heart contracts. When the heart contracts, what will happen? Heart contracts, the deoxygenated blood by means of pulmonary artery go to the lungs. That is, deoxygenated blood will go to the lungs by means of pulmonary artery. In the same way, oxygenated blood go to the aorta, to the other parts of the body by means of aortic valve. Understand? So when the heart expands, the right atrium collects deoxygenated blood and the left side of the heart collect the oxygenated blood from the pulmonary veins. And when it contact, the deoxygenated blood go to the lungs by means of pulmonary artery for the purifications, and the oxygenated blood go to the other parts of the body by means of aorta. One thing you see that this is the muscle of right side and this is the muscle of left side. It is somewhat thick and it has importance because in the blood is needed to go to all parts of the body, so a lot of pressure is required, and for that the muscle is thick. And here the blood will only go from the right ventricle to the lungs, so it is thin. Understand? And they are separated by both, are separated from one another because the body can get the energy from the oxygenated blood. So to gain excess of energy, the bloods are separated in the heart. And one thing you know that blood comes to the right side, deoxygenated blood to this goes to the lungs, and the oxygenated blood comes to again heart, and then again it goes to the body. So in one complete system, in one complete process, in one complete circulations, in one complete beat, blood goes twice through heart. One in the oxygenated forms and next one is deoxygenated form. That's why it is called double circulation. So double circulation. Now you see that when the heart expands, it receives deoxygenated blood from the body part and oxygenated blood from the lungs. Means you see deoxygenated blood from the body part. This part tension right atrium, and this oxygenated blood left into left atrium. When the heart contracts, send deoxygenated blood to lungs by means of pulmonary artery, and also send oxygenated blood to the body cells by means of aorta. Means so this is the systole and diastole, means it expands and contracts. heart receives deoxygenated blood from the body cells and send it for purification to the lungs, and again it receives oxygenated blood from the lungs and sent to the body. So in one complete cycle, blood goes twice to the heart, so and means one in the oxygenated forms and one is in deoxygenated form, and that is called double circulation. Means blood goes twice in each cycle, so it is known as double circulations. Now blood pressure. The force that blood exerts on the wall of the blood vessel is called blood pressure. Means the pressure which is exerted by the blood on the blood vessels is called blood pressure. The pressure in contraction condition is systole, and in relaxation condition is diastole, and the normal BP of human is 120 by 80, means 120 millimeter of Hg and 80 millimeter of Hg. Millimeter of Hg. And one thing, and BP is measured by sphygmomanometer. So it is the instrument by which we measure the blood pressure, and if the blood pressure is above this, that will be called high blood pressure, and it is also called hypertension. And when this condition is serious, it may damage the blood artery, may damage the brain also.